Namaste and welcome, Ashtangis. I know it's a better morning today because it's less cold and we can see the sun shining a little bit more brightly. Actually, had a quite an interesting experience after full moon this week because I thought it was quite bright, and the next day I was up quite early and I drove into the sun and it was glistening, and I just thought to myself, we always look at seasons and we always categorize. We have four separate parts of the year. And, I know that a lot of us do well in warmer weather. I think also in the high veld, we experience it quite harshly. And, at this point in time, I think we're literally on the road towards that space we want to be in. I know we've encountered quite a bit in this time in the last couple months. But when we see the light and we see it differently, there's always a message within that type of moment. And just want to take this moment to acknowledge that we have experienced different things, but we've also seen different things which have brought a lot of positivity into our space. So that is my short story for before I continue with another story. So this morning actually came about yesterday, and I was feeling quite out of it, and I was wondering, like what I would speak to you guys about today. And I wanted to speak about loss. It's quite funny. One of the things when I met So for the first time and we spoke about our practices and, the things that have influenced us, and death is something that has obviously been a big part of how my journey started. And I wanted to incorporate that, but in a different way, that I thought of a couple facets that what loss represents to us and those types of feelings that it brings about. And a lot of the time, we always look at loss and we just think of death only. And it's not the only thing that we experience, which also our bodies react to, because at some point, in some way, we become very accustomed to specific things and specific people, obviously. And I was thinking about it last night that, it's not only those that have departed from the earth at this point in time, but it's people that we have had in our lives that are no longer part of our lives, be it friends, be it family. And sometimes we wonder when we come across a memory and we're like, oh, I remember X person used to be in my life. And either for good experiences or bad experiences, sometimes we sit and wonder, why don't we feel that specific emotion to what we felt towards the person, or what may have happened, or what circumstance would have brought us to that space. And I think it's important to acknowledge that sometimes we don't have to have that emotion. Sometimes we don't have to sit with that feeling. Just simply having that memory and simply having that narrative and that conversation with yourself that I recall this, I'm okay with where I'm at with it. Even if you're not okay with it, that's also okay, because I think the thing we struggle with the most is that we compartmentalize. Even if we don't, we still do, in a sense of what is loss and how do we define that within ourselves and within our sphere. And I think also with regards to environments, maybe you guys have moved a house, maybe even, for example, some of you, your kids will eventually already have left home, and in that sense you've also experienced a sense of loss. And sometimes we don't sit with those feelings, and a lot of the time it manifests in our body, and sometimes we truly struggle to acknowledge what is missing within ourselves. And in addition to that, what I kind of delved into a little bit deeper is to what parts of yourself do you feel that you've lost? May it be your creative side, may it be um, your active side, whatever that may be, that's a part of you also that might be yearning out for, hey, I need a bit of attention. So today, themed with the playlist for today, I called it Finish Line. And it's definitely not a Grand Prix. We're not racing here to finish and get the number one medal. But I think what's important to acknowledge is that we bring whatever we have across us past that finish line. It doesn't mean that it needs to end. It doesn't mean that it needs to restart. It just means that we need to bring attention to certain things within ourselves that we feel that have a point of loss. That, okay, it's fine. If it's there, if it's meant to be that way, it's meant to be that way. But for example, if it's something like our creativity or something we're passionate about, we can always bring that back. And one of the things that one of the words I'd love to use during this time of the year is that we go into a hibernation period, not just with our bodies, but with our minds as well. Because the more we start feeling warmer and the more we start opening up, we start remembering the things we love to do. And it's great in the moment of let's plant the seed today of knowing all those things that we are, because we are full of knowingness. Whether we're active or passive in our thinking, it's always there. And I just want you to acknowledge that you've done a lot of work. Even if it feels like you've just sat on the couch and covered yourself in a blanket, you've done a lot of work because your bodies are out there simply saying, it's okay. And I'm saying to you, it's okay. And what I'd like for you to do today is to tell yourself that it's okay. So from okay to general yogi time now, we're going to get onto our mats. We're going to start our practice. I'm going to head off to our mats, slowly just getting into a nice comfortable seated posture. Alrighty, so coming into this space, as we start to incorporate our whole beings, our whole bodies, and all of that we are around us, simply coming into this space, feeling that stature of your spine drawing up towards your crown center. Just taking a moment to feel all of you that is here, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and most importantly, wholeheartedly. We acknowledge our presence in the light of who we are, with all that was, all that is, and all that will be. A culmination of all of that brings that alignment to who we are. And today we seek out on our journey to create more alignment within ourselves. As we slowly start to take in a nice, luscious, deep inhalation, exhale, sign it all the way out. Inhale, exhalation, release. Inhale, hold for a second, exhale, release, sign it all the way out. As you gently draw your hands to heart center, we feel the magnificence of that gate we're about to enter. We acknowledge the glorious footsteps we've taken along that path. We acknowledge them drawing up those stairs. As we enter our shala, our magical space, filled with all the light and love, we bring in all our loss today. We understand all our loss today, because within all of our loss, all is okay. Within us, around us, for the foreseeable future. We acknowledge all the parts, we call them back to where they need to be. Pieces puzzled, puzzled pieces, all connect, all aligned. We're going to open up our class with our opening invocation. Vande Gurunam Charana Ravinde Sandar Shita Swatma Sukha Bhapote Nishe Yase Jangalika Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shanka Chakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Inhale for Om. Om. Namaste Ashtangis, and welcome to your morning practice. May it be filled with all the magic, may it filled with all the connection and all the alignment. Namaste. Alrighty, you ready for a powerful class today? So we're going to rock out our warm-up. We're going to do 4 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar B. So you're going to get nice and warm, slowly making your way to the top of the mat. Alrighty. Just slowly allowing those big toes to touch. Just drawing those shoulders away, allowing them to melt away into the earth, feeling that gentle micro bend in your knees, drawing your gaze forward, and just feeling this magical statue of your Uttarasana, engaging into that mountain vibration, the stillness, the calmness, all before the storm. And there's no storm today, but there's definitely going to be fluid vibrations as we move through our practice, as we bring forth all that we need to, as we start at the starting point today, as we move around all the way to the finish line. Inhale, opening up. Exhalation, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release your hands down to the earth. Floating or stepping your feet to the back of the mat, flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up dog, releasing all the way to down, and just taking your time here, 5 breath cycles, just walking your dog out, feeling the crevices that need a little bit of attention. Holding here for 2 more breath cycles. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Bringing that sun up as the sunrise starts to draw all its energy all the way above us. Beautiful. We go again. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Releasing those feet to the back of the mat. Flowing through. Coming up halfway. Releasing all the way back to down dog. And just coming back to that place of calm and center. Just tuning into your Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, drawing your gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway, exhalation, fold. Inhale, opening those arms, feeling your aura, drawing all the way up. Coming back through to center. Beautiful. 2 down, 2 to go. Inhale, feeling that vibration, opening up. Release to fold. Halfway lift, hands to the earth. Join those feet back. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. As you come up, releasing back down, holding for 5. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway lift, exhalation, release. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Bringing them back to heart center. Beautiful. Alright, last round of Surya Namaskar. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Join your hands to the earth. Join your feet back, flowing through. Coming up, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Just tuning into that sound of your beautiful Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway, exhalation, fold. Inhale, opening those arms, feeling that magic driving through those fingertips as you bring it through back to heart center and release it beside you. Magic. Alright, Surya Namaskar B, 3 rounds. As we initiate, we open up. Drawing those hands to meet Mother Earth. Coming up halfway lift. Hands back down to the earth. Releasing those feet to the back of the mat. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up. Releasing all the way back. Holding it for 1. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, grounding your foot between your hands. Back foot to 45, front knee to 90. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1 on the right hand side. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. Stepping right foot back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drawing back to down dog, holding here for 1. Inhale, left leg all the way up. Join it between your hands. Back foot, 45, opening those arms up. Virabhadrasana 1 on the opposite side. Exhale, hands to meet the earth. Left foot back. High plank into Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up. Releasing all the way back to down. Holding here for 5. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Coming up halfway, exhalation, release. Inhale, opening up. Feeling that magical heart open up. Hands through to heart center. We'll go again. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing those hands back down to the ground. Drawing your feet back, flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. We're holding here for 1. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swinging it through. Back foot to 45. Feeling that vibration flow. Feeling that fierceness coming through your chest and heart center. As you exhale, drawing your hands down to the earth. Stepping right back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up. Releasing back. Holding here for 1. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bringing it through. Back foot to 45. Opening up those arms. Magic. Drawing them back down into the earth. Stepping right foot back, flowing through. Drawing back to down dog for 5. Holding here for one more. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift. Exhalation, Uttanasana. Inhale, opening up, Uttanasana. Releasing back to Tadasana. Magic. Hope you're feeling nice and warm. Last part of our warm up as we go. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the earth. Drawing those feet to the back of the mat. Flowing through your favorite posture. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to down. Holding here for 1. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bringing it through. Back foot 45. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, release, hands down to the earth. Stepping right foot back, flowing through. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Drawing back to down. Holding here for 1. Inhale, left leg all the way up. Exhale, bringing it through. Back foot to 45. Opening up, warrior 2. Sorry, warrior 1. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. Stepping your foot back, flowing through. Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way to up dog. Releasing back to down. Holding here for 5. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, opening those arms all the way up and around. Drawing those hands through to heart center. And just taking a moment to close your eyes as you slowly tune out, to tune back in. As you slowly come back, just taking a moment, taking in a nice deep luscious inhalation. Exhale, sign it all the way out. Beautiful. Hope you guys are feeling nice and warm, ready to go. We're going to start with the standing series. So slowly just bringing your feet hip distance apart. We're going to go with our peace fingers first time round. So hands to hips, inhale, finding length. Feeling your hips raise up as you exhale, bending over those hips, connecting peace fingers to big toes, allowing your elbows to flop out, allowing your head to hang heavy as we come into Pada Gustasana. On your next inhale, taking your hands and placing them underneath your feet as you come into Padahastasana. Holding here for 2 more breath cycles. And slowly on your next inhale, releasing your hands from underneath your feet. Slowly coming up vertebra by vertebra. Holding your head, allowing it to hang heavy. Slowly drawing those shoulders up as you bring your head up to neutral. Rolling them back down, bringing them back into place. Beautiful. Alrighty. From here, we're going to come into extended triangle pose, opening up your feet into a wide-legged stance. Left foot facing the back of the mat. Inhale, opening those arms out. As you exhale, hinging over as far as you can go. Releasing left hand all the way down to 6. Right arm all the way up to 12. Holding here for 4 more breath cycles. Just feeling your hand drawing closer to the earth. And feeling your right hand drawing further and further towards the solar sphere. Just feeling that side body open up. Inhale, coming back up to neutral, turning left foot in, turning right foot out. As you exhale, hinging over again, right hand to 6, left hand to 12. Drawing your gaze all the way up. Holding here for 4 more breath cycles. Just tuning into Jai. Just allowing that magic to flow all the way through you. Inhale, coming back up to center, dropping both arms, turning right foot in, turning left foot out. We're going to revolve our triangle pose now. So inhale, right arm up, feeling that side body extend. As you exhale, placing it to the outside of your left foot, opening up your left arm. Holding here for 3 more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, turning right foot out. Inhale, left arm all the way up. As you exhale, placing it to the outside, opening up that right arm, feeling that heart center shift. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, coming back to neutral, resetting at the top of the mat back into Uttanasana. Taking a moment, joining a luscious, beautiful inhalation, and just sighing it all the way out. Beautiful. Leading with your left leg, we're going to come into extended side angle pose. So coming into 90-degree angle with your knee. We're going to inhale left arm all the way up. Feeling that side body stretch. Exhale, placing it onto the inside, opening up, right arm up and over. Feeling that beautiful space opening up through your side body. As you stretch forward, drawing your gaze up towards your right thumb. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, right foot out. 90-degree angle. Inhale, right arm. As you exhale, placing that in on the inside. Opening left arm up and over. Again, feeling that side body starting to sing to you. Holding here for 2 more. Drawing that gaze up towards your left thumb. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning right in, turning left out. We're going to revolve around. Inhale, opening up that right arm up. As you exhale, placing it to the outside of your left foot. Opening up that left arm. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Turning left foot in, turning right foot out. Inhale, opening up left arm. Feeling that magic as it draws down to the outside of your right foot. Opening up that right arm all the way up. Gaze towards your right thumb. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Resetting at the top of your mat. Coming back into Tadasana. Just taking a moment to take a nice, luscious, deep inhalation in. Exhale, sign it all the way out. Beautiful. Slowly opening up into a wide-legged stance. Alright, just remembering, taking this moment, activating those calf muscles, those glutes, those hamstrings, and those quads. Feeling that vibration driving through your mat. Just taking a moment to wobble forward and back. Feeling what it feels like. Feeling your strength, feeling your structure. Acknowledging all that you are. Alright, first variation, hands to hips. Inhale, finding length, drawing your heart center up. As you exhale, drawing from those hips, drawing heart center down, releasing your hands to the earth. Allowing your head to hang heavy, allowing your elbows to flop out. We're holding here for 4 more breath cycles. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, bringing your hands to hips. Slowly drawing that torso back up to neutral. Keeping your hands connected to your hips. What I'd like you to do is extend those elbows towards each other behind your back. As those shoulder blades start to have a nice little conversation in the DMs. Alright, just feeling that connection, feeling that chest popping out. We're going to lead with heart center once again. Deep inhale, coming up. Exhale, heart center joint back down towards the mat as your gaze drops all the way down.
Just making sure that those elbows are still connected and shutting.
Hold in here for one more. Inhale, bringing your torso back up to neutral. Releasing your hands from your hips, just shaking them out. What I'd like you to do is bring your hands behind your back, interlacing fingers, connecting palms together. As you push them down towards your buttocks, feeling your chest rise, feeling your shoulders opening up as you inhale. And as we exhale, drawing over those hips, slowly releasing that torso down, drawing those arms as far overhead as they want to go today. Just using your breath to bring them further and further over. Holding here for one more. Inhale, slowly coming back up to neutral. Releasing your hands from behind, just shaking your shoulders out. Magic. Alright, final variation of Prasarita Parvattanasana. Just remember, we're going to our peace fingers towards our big toes. So if your body's asking for you to shorten that stance, just bring it slightly in, but just making sure that you're still activating your foundation. Inhale, bring your hands to hips. As you exhale, folding over, connecting right foot, connecting left foot, elbows flopping out, head hanging heavy. You're in your space, you're in your zone. Don't forget to smile. Holding here for one more. Inhale, bringing your hands to hips, slowly coming back up to neutral, resetting at the top of your mat. Back into Tadasana. Just taking a moment, allowing that vibration to flow through you with a beautiful breath. Exhale, sign it all out. Beautiful. We're going to lead with our left leg again to the back of the mat, coming into a short stance this time. Making sure that those hips are squared off. If they're not, just extending that right foot a little bit out towards the outer edge of the mat. One of two variations, either hands to elbows or bringing your hands into reverse prayer behind your back. Inhalation, finding length. Exhale, release to fold. And just surrender to this whole experience of all that is, all that was, and all that will be. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral, keeping your variation behind your back as you turn your feet around, leading with your right foot this time. Inhale, find in length. Exhalation, release. Inhale, coming back up to neutral, resetting at the top of your mat. Taking a nice, luscious, deep inhalation, and just sighing it out. Beautiful. Alrighty, favorite time of our class, Utthita Paragustasana, Utthita Hasta Paragustasana. We've got a part there. Alright, we're going to bring our feet hip distance apart. Left hand to left hip. Inhale, right leg up, connecting peace fingers to big toes. And we're going to open up in front of us. Drawing that gaze, finding your fixed spot and tuning into that. Slowly opening up. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Both hands to hips, toes pointing up, foot flexed all the way out. When you have the 3 more, just bringing it up slightly a bit more. Exhale, release, shaking it out. Beautiful. Alrighty, we're going to go on to the opposite side. Right hand to right hip. Inhale, left leg up, connecting peace fingers towards big toe. And we're going to open up forward. Again, tuning into your drishti, that focal point. Slowly opening up. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Holding here for 2 more. Exhale, release, shake it all out. You guys did so well there. I'm sure your glutes are so excited with you now. They're so happy. I know, like, the crowd is just going right now. Alrighty. We're going to come into Adha Padmottanasana next. 1 or 2 variations. So, depending on how your body's feeling today, either bringing your foot over your knee, or we're going to come up into a half lotus with our left leg. Once it's up in the socket, slowly bringing left hand around, releasing right arm all the way up. Inhalation, finding length. Exhalation, release to fold and surrender. Just going a little bit deeper down. Holding here for one more. Inhale, bringing it back up to neutral. And penciling, shaking it out. We're going to go on to the opposite side. So bringing right foot up. Releasing right hand around. Inhale, left arm all the way up. Exhale, fold. Holding here for one more. Inhale, opening up. And releasing it all out. Beautiful. Alrighty. From here, coming back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Drawing your hands back down to the earth. Releasing your feet to the back of the mat. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up. Don't forget to smile. Releasing all the way back to down. We're holding here for one. Inhale, gaze up, floating or stepping forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raising your fingers across the mat. As we come up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Just making sure you're checking down, that your toes are seen in front of your knees. Keeping those arms extended out, drawing your gaze up towards the stars. As you slowly slip just a little deeper. And just a little extra more. Holding here for two more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Drawing your hands to the earth. Stepping your feet back, flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. As you come up, releasing back. Inhale, gaze up. From here, we're coming into seated. So either crossing your feet across the mat or stepping into seated. Beautiful. From here, I want you to extend your feet out in front of you. We're going to activate our calf muscles to make sure that there's a slight gap between the mat and our heels. Engaging our core center, bringing hands all the way in, extending them out in front of us. We're holding here for 5. Holding here for 10 more. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Alrighty, from here we're going to come into 2 variations of Paschimottanasana. First one, we're going to go with our peace fingers. Second one, we're going to place our hands over our feet. So inhale, opening those arms up. Exhalation, fold, connecting peace fingers to big toes. If you need to bring your knees up, just slightly bring them up off the floor. As you find length, releasing your head, releasing your back, and just simply melting away into your legs and knees. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Beautiful. Inhale, opening those arms up once again. As you exhale, placing your hands over your feet this time. And releasing all the way down. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Beautiful. Alrighty, from here what we're going to do is we're going to come into our 5 rounds of Navasana and Talasana. Today we're going to engage in it completely. So 5 breath cycles of holding Navasana, releasing down, 1 breath cycle of Talasana, just releasing your torso off and your buttocks off the mat and coming back down to neutral. Alright. So if you need to keep your hands placed behind your knees, allow yourself to do so. If your hands are cold, well, we're going to have to place them behind if we have to, because it is quite cold, I'm not going to lie. Inhale, opening up, Navasana for 5. Just tuning into your dry breathing, engaging into that core. Holding here for 1 more. Exhale, release, coming up into Talasana. Drawing the buttocks down, coming back into Navasana, we're holding here for 5. Exhale, release, coming into Talasana. Drawing back down, 2 more rounds to go. Exhale, release, coming up, drawing back down, final 1. One more breath cycle. Exhale, letting it go, coming into final Talasana, and releasing back down, beautiful. Alrighty, from here we're going to extend our feet out in front of us, final core engagement, drawing those hands up in front of you, and we're going to prep for our final posture in Shavasana. So inhale, and exhale, releasing that torso all the way down. And just slowly allowing yourself to release your breath as you come back into this beautiful space of ease and calm. Slowly bringing the energies back into your space as we welcome them back through our fingertips and toes. Gently rotating your wrists and ankles. As you slowly start to take in a deep inhalation, welcoming those arms overhead, releasing those feet forward, and just sighing it all out. As you welcome in your next inhale, bringing your knees to chest, and just engaging in this moment of love, encompassing, wholesome and full. As you slowly roll over onto your right hand side, and just taking this moment to acknowledge all the gratitude within you and around you. Slowly propping yourself back up into a seated posture. And gently bringing your hands to heart center. As we gently move away from our space, out of the shala, along those beautiful stairs, filled with all the love along that path. As we exit our gate, we approach our finish line for today. Everything that we are is with us. Our past and future are encompassed into our present, as we are present, the gift that we are to ourselves. We're going to close our class with the closing invocation. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalya yantam nayena magena mahim mahishaha go brahmaya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Inhale for Om. Namaste.